Vinyl cutters are machines that create custom projects with adhesive vinyl for things like stickers or decals, or iron-on vinyl for cloth materials. The library has Silhouette Cameo machines in the studio for you to use. Locate the program on the desktop. It is Silhouette Studio. Double-click on it to open. Next, locate the Page Setup panel on the top right side and click on it to open. In the Page Setup portion of the panel, verify that the machine cutting mat default is 12 inches by 12 inches. Then toggle to the grid settings. Make sure the Show Grid option is checkboxed. Make sure that the spacing and divisions are set to 1 inch. If they are not, please toggle the settings up or down to adjust. These settings help align your design. If your design will have an image, open an internet browser, Edge, Chrome, Firefox, or Lead Online, and if you're using any computer at the studio, it will typically open with the library website. Go to images.google.com and search cat silhouette, for example. For vinyl cutters, a silhouette vector-based images work the best. Keep in mind, the more detail is in your images, the trickier it will be to work with in later stages of the project. So if you're just starting out, please pick a simple design for practice. Once we find an image we would like to use, we right-click on it and click on Save Image As. A window pops up asking where to save the image. Typically, it goes to the Downloads folder. Ensure that it's a JPEG or PNG image file. Other types of files might not be recognized by the software. We can rename the file as a cat vector and click Save to save. To add an image file to work with, go to Menu, click File, Open, and then find where you have your image file. Typically, it is in the Downloads folder. Either a JPEG or PNG file to start with. Click, and then it opens in a new tab. We see it's going to be larger than the workspace, so clicking on it, we can drag it in by the corners to make it smaller. We can see the actual sizing on the side. It is 5.815 inches by 5.815 inches. Then, to trace the image for cutting, on the right side there is a panel. We mouse over it until we see the Trace option. We click on Select Trace Area and use our mouse to select the entire object to trace. As we do that, the object will change cut lines to yellow. Depending on the object, we might have to tinker with some settings, but for this particular object, everything looks good. Therefore, we just need to click Trace to commit to the desired settings. Cut lines will change color once again, this time to a red outline. We can move the original image file outside our workspace or completely delete it because we no longer need it. If we wish to add another image to our workspace, the software does not have an import feature. Therefore, to add another image, we go to File, Open, find the file and select it, and then press OK to open. It opens in a new tab in Silhouette Studio. We go through the steps to trace our desired image. We might have to tinker with the trace settings once again. Then we need to copy the red cut lines by going to the top menu and clicking Edit, Copy, and go to the other tab and paste it. Click on the top menu once again to edit Paste. Resize it to fit your workspace or move around if necessary. To add text, we click on the Text tool, located in the toolbar on the middle left side of the screen. We click inside our workspace and type our text. To change the font, the list is located in the middle top of the screen. Arial is the default font type. Make sure the text is highlighted to change it. Thicker and bold typefaces work best for vinyl cutting. Text that crosses and loops over itself, like cursive script, will cause the cutter to slice across the lines that you might not wish to cut. In order to make sure your text design is in a single piece, you should adjust your text to prevent cut lines where the text overlaps. Some fonts that might have this issue include Brush Script, Azzaro Regula, and Vine Monogram. We will create an example of overlapping text and show how to properly format it. We will use Brush Script font. To change the size, we can grab the corners of the text and drag it out to make it larger. In the larger format, we can easily see the overlaps. Make sure the text is selected and then look in the Quick Access toolbar at the middle top of the page. Mouse over the icon that shows well-selected shapes into one shape. Remember that only the objects in the workspace corresponding to the mat will be cut. Default mat size we use in the studio is 12 inches by 12 inches. It is important to keep an eye on the sizing of the vinyl placed on the mat. The size of the vinyl found in the studio is 12 inches by 6 inches. You can count the boxes diagonally and vertically to double check. You might want to move and rotate some of the objects to make sure they all fit into the space. You can also resize objects by clicking and dragging to the corner points. To save the file for future use, click File and Save As, Save to Hard Drive. Type the file name and press OK. File type will be the Silhouette Studio file. Next step is to turn on the machine by clicking on the power button located on the right side. Choose the color of the vinyl you would like to use for your project and load the vinyl to the sticky mat. Align the mat with the line of the machine and press the load or up button depending on which Cameo machine version you are using. The machine will grab the feet of the mat. Once the mat is loaded into the machine, we prep the project to send. Ensure that the items are in the designated area. Click the Send tab in the software. Make sure to use the USB cable connection rather than Bluetooth. It will display when it's ready to go. Double check that the material is vinyl glossy. Once we select the material from the drop-down menu, we are ready to click Send. The machine will make various noises as it cleans and sharpens the blades from previous projects. Cutting time depends on the design. Remember, the machine is making all of the cuts marked by the red line. Once the project has done cutting, the machine will stop and the blade will return to its original home position. The screen on the machine might display Unload message, or you might see the down button suddenly light up. Press either option, depending again on which Cameo machine you are using, and the mat will pop out of the machine. You can pull off the vinyl from the mat. If you only used a portion of the vinyl for your design, You can use the scissors to cut off and save the unused vinyl for the next project. You will separate the vinyl piece that is not going to be kept. This process is called weeding. There is a small box of dental-like tools labeled vinyl weeding tools. You can use those to help with the process. Also, to keep the mess to a minimum, try your best to clump the sticky pieces together. Once you clean up your design, there is a roll of transfer vinyl with lines or squares on it. Transfer paper is a weak adhesive vinyl that you will press over your design. It will help transfer the sticker and can be removed at the end. Cut out a piece of transfer paper that is equal in size to the design you have just vinyl cut. Use the scraper-like tool in the small box on the table to evenly press the transfer vinyl onto your design. When you are ready to transfer your sticker, you can slowly peel away the white backing. The vinyl will stick to the transfer paper and you can place your sticker wherever you would like it to go. Finally, slowly peel the transfer paper away and discard or save it. It can be used multiple times. We do not have to use transfer paper for items that come in one piece.